The question of authority and litigation. Litigation probably is inevitable, but the Commission has a lot of ability to control how and when that litigation occurs. The problem with the bright line rule approach, the problem with the 706 versus Title II debate, is that it is assuming the existence of a problem, and it's unclear what that problem is. The nature of the problem speaks to the nature of the legal authority that should be used. So it is very likely that litigation is inevitable. It would make much more sense, I think, for the Commission to take a step back and say, we clearly have Section 706 authority. We can reclassify if we want to. Everyone knows that we're watching you, industry. If you do something that's harmful to consumers, I, Chairman Wheeler, will bang my gavel down upon you like the hammer of Thor. That I think, is the best approach.
And let me say this business about litigation. It turns out in America, the prime directive is thou shalt litigate. And nobody should make a decision on the basis of whether or not there will be litigation. There will be litigation. And so what you really need to do is pick your policy. You could make a good case why Title II was the right answer in 2002 and is even more the right answer today. But then you really want to ask yourself, is that where I want to live for this dynamic telecommunications environment?
We have spent a lot of time today on the litigation threat. This is not a way to make a rule. The way to make a rule is to think about what are the principles we are trying to enact and speak with courage. And I think Chairman Wheeler is doing that in this proceeding. So I would remind you of the principles that we are concerned about, and they are no blocking, no discrimination. Reasonable network management is okay and could encompass an equal playing field for mobile and for wireless and wireline. And we want clarity and transparency for the individual. We want to know what the principles, what the practices are behind the scenes. We are talking about, with all due respect to our history, as was said at one of the Anglo-Irish Peace Accords, we bow to our history, but we will not be bound by it. We are talking about the internet, people, not Roman law. We are talking about what's going to happen 20 years from now. The internet is no longer something you sit down at your desk to do. It is not even something you get on your phone. It is something that is going to be embedded in the walls of your house, in the dashboard of your car, in your daily life. These are the rules we need. We need rules that encompass technology in your daily life, not the internet of 20 years ago. This is not your grandfather's internet anymore.
706, I mean, I was quite stunned at the breadth of the Verizon court decision in terms of how much authority it gives the Commission under 706, provided that it's operating under its Title I authority, which is expansive. It allows the Commission to reach all interstate and international communications by wire or radio, and provided that the Commission is adopting a rule designed to promote broadband, as long as it doesn't run afoul of another prohibition in the Act, it has authority. So the Commission has wide latitude under 706. I think it's somewhat surprising to hear people suggest that the Commission cannot adopt internet rules under 706. I think that is wrong as a legal matter. And I just want to, again, emphasize the wireless broadband internet access providers constructed their network for the purpose of offering an information service, which is the safe harbor the Commission created for purpose of them building those networks. I think it would be highly doubtful that the Commission could compel them to unbundle a transmission component.
Going to this question of where the greatest legal risk lies. Now, we are all obviously speculating. My view of it is that the 706, to my mind, incurs substantial legal risk if you are doing a real net neutrality rule. The problem is that the closer you get, the Commission is in this, with 706, is in a difficult position, the same position other commissions have been in, which have led them to be struck down over and over, which is they want to have really strong net neutrality rules, which as a policy matter and as a public pressure, I mean, you have millions of people insisting you do this, and you want to send the right message. But then the 706 authority is only so strong. And so you end up in this thing where you make the rule stronger and stronger until the point, listening to feedback around here, you get you get in the position where you get struck down. So I think 706 ends up being risky unless you're willing to accept a slow lane, fast lane. But I don't think you're willing to do that. I've heard the chairman himself say that he does not want to create an internet a slow lane, and I take him at his word. So then you have Title II options. In my view, reclassification would be successful legally. I think there's a lot of agreement. I'll be more polite. Mark Cooper said it was wrong from the outset. I would say it is obsolete.